Bitcoin has had a difficult start to 2022, but experts still predict that the cryptocurrency will reach $100,000. Despite being stuck around $40,000 for the past few weeks, Bitcoin's price has seen surges following the Federal Reserve's announcement to raise interest rates for the first time in 3 years and following President Joe Biden's order on cryptocurrencies. According to experts, the order will lead to more stability in the crypto market in the long run as it directs government agencies to coordinate on a strategy to regulate cryptocurrency. It has also experienced extra volatility because of Russia's war in Ukraine. Experts expect the war to continue driving more volatility in the future as there is no end in sight. In the past 3 months, Bitcoin has only been above $45,000 a few times, and the most recent time was on March 2nd. As of late January, Bitcoin has remained above its 6-month low before $34,000. Even with the ups and the downs, Bitcoin's current price is far from the all-time high it reached in November when it went to over $68,000. While the price of Bitcoin has declined, it is still more than twice as valuable as it was just a couple of years ago, and it is not unusual for the price of Bitcoin to rise and fall. Hello and welcome back to the Finance Guardian channel. Despite the volatility in recent price slump, many experts believe Bitcoin is on its way to passing the $100,000 mark, though there is no consensus on when that will happen. According to Deutsche Bank study, about a quarter of Bitcoin investors expect the cryptocurrency's price to surpass $110,000 in 5 years. The volatility is nothing new, and it is one of the main reasons experts warn new crypto investors to be highly cautious when allocating portions of their portfolios to crypto. As with any other cryptocurrency, Bitcoins have shown steady value growth. The curiosity of Bitcoin investors about how high it can eventually go is entirely understandable. Unlike more established asset classes, Bitcoin's price is extremely difficult to predict and even more susceptible to market factors. So for today's video, we'll discuss with you if Bitcoin is still a good investment in 2022. Hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, and let's get started. Predictions for Bitcoin prices. Last year, coming off its latest all-time high in November, it was easy to predict that Bitcoin would reach $100,000. Since then, predicting the future has become even more challenging because of Bitcoin's significant fall. Bitcoin skeptics predict that it will crash to as low as $10,000 by 2022, but the cryptocurrency can still climb to $100,000, as many experts predicted late last year. As companies like Nike and other big brands look at ways to monetize their products in the digital metaverse, bullish experts are reassessing the crypto industry. With the rise of metaverse games, products, and experiences, altcoins are becoming increasingly popular, which in turn is changing investors' attitudes towards Bitcoin. The trend of Bitcoin's value increasing over time is more critical to many analysts than predicting a date and a number. In October, Fidelity Investments Director of Global Macro, Jurian Timmer, predicted that Bitcoin's long-term value would rise by more than 100,000% based on organic market movement. Why do Bitcoin price projections matter to investors? With any investment, financial planners and other experts warn against making emotional decisions based on Bitcoin's price fluctuations. Dollar cost averaging is a strategy that has been shown in studies to improve investment performance over time for investors who regularly contribute to passive index funds and ETFs. Experts recommend that you should not invest over 5% of your portfolio in cryptocurrency and avoid investing at the expense of saving for emergencies or paying off high-interest debt. In the long run, people who invest in low-cost index funds with crypto taking up a tiny part of their portfolio have the best chance of achieving long-term wealth and retirement savings. Crypto experts also recommend a set-it-and-forget-it approach. Sarah Catherine Gutierrez, a certified financial planner based in Arkansas, says passive investing is a viable way to achieve financial goals. Since crypto is still a new concept for most people, it's okay to wait and see how things unfold before investing any money. Cryptocurrency price predictions are difficult since only 10 years of data are available and the value of Bitcoin is highly volatile from day to day. Is Bitcoin worth buying? So far, Bitcoin has not convinced everyone. Some people will tell you to stay away from this asset. The sage of Omaha and one of the greatest investors, Warren Buffett, famously described Bitcoin as rat poison. It seems unlikely that Buffett's perspective on Bitcoin has changed over time. Despite this, Berkshire Hathaway recently invested $1 billion into Nubank, a company specializing in crypto assets, suggesting a more relaxed approach to crypto assets from the investor. No matter your viewpoint on crypto assets, it is becoming more and more common for investors to allocate a portion of their portfolio to them. Is it possible for Bitcoin to fall to zero? City regulator, the Financial Conduct Authority, warned that people buying Bitcoin did not understand it and it was hazardous since prices could drop to zero. Only 58% believed they understood how cryptocurrencies worked and advised investors betting on it to be ready to lose everything. The watchdog noted that investors have no protection from cryptocurrencies since the Financial Ombudsman Service and Financial Services Compensation Scheme do not cover them. Furthermore, the FCA warned investors not to fall victim to scams. The PIMFA, a trade body for wealth managers, said cryptocurrencies were extremely risky. Cryptocurrencies may appear attractive to some people desperate for a quick and easy way out of their financial problems, but they are high-risk, highly volatile investments that only the most sophisticated investors should consider, said Tim Fason of PIMFA. Can cryptocurrency prices continue to rise? Meanwhile, others contend that Bitcoin is no different from other investments and shouldn't be given special regulatory attention. Crypto UK's Iqbal Gandam said the FCA statement applies to any investment, particularly those that have increased in value over the past decade. The current valuation models for traditional stocks no longer hold. We have seen unprecedented positive market movement for over a decade, he said. In fact, Mr. Gandam acknowledged that owning Bitcoin had its drawbacks but stated that buying and holding was the best solution. Christian Armbruster of wealth manager Blue Family Office said it didn't matter that Bitcoin and blockchain are confusing because there are around $2 trillion in cryptocurrencies and the daily trading volume is higher than most stock markets. To make Bitcoin disappear, every country on Earth would have to agree to the same rules. Until that happens and there is peace on Earth, it is easy to see why the price continues to go higher, he said. People involved in cryptocurrency are eager to draw comparisons with gold. Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss of cryptocurrency exchange Gemini said Bitcoin would become the gold standard for inflation hedges in the digital era. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that Bitcoin is really the best defense against inflation. It doesn't really need to be a great medium of exchange, it just needs to be better than gold, and it's better across the board, Cameron Winklevoss said. Is Bitcoin convertible into real money? Several methods exist for converting Bitcoins into cash. Cryptocurrency exchanges like the Coinbase and Gemini are good places to sell Bitcoin. You will receive your money directly in your bank account. This is a simple way to convert your Bitcoin into cash, but keep in mind that the price of a Bitcoin is continually changing. Though you may need some money now, you could be regretting your decision a few years down the road if Bitcoin's price continues to soar. You can get cash using a Bitcoin ATM if one is near you. However, these Bitcoin ATMs are expensive. You're likely better off using an exchange since these ATMs charge hefty fees. Could Bitcoin be the future? It looks as though Bitcoin will be the future of currency or at least an accepted store of value, with institutions adding it to their balance sheets and El Salvador making it legal tender. However, with so much volatility in the market, risk-averse investors are still reluctant to invest in Bitcoin, let alone any other cryptocurrency. The monetary policy of Bitcoin is much more sound than that of any government since it isn't controlled by a central authority. According to ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood, Bitcoin is a rules-based monetary system since its monetary policy is determined by the parameters of its code. In light of the pandemic, governments have been printing more money than ever before, so investors are looking for alternative investments to hedge against inflation. Bitcoin is often cited as an easy way to do this, facilitating a cryptocurrency's adoption in the long run. Is Bitcoin still a good investment in 2022? If you invest wisely and you do your own research, then it can be. However, investors may reduce Bitcoin's value into a lousy investment if they attempt to treat it like any other asset. And that is all the time that we have today, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe to our channel, and on your way out, please do remember to click on that bell icon too so you can remain updated about all of our future videos. You're welcome to the channel where you will learn the basics of personal finance in easy-to-understand language. We'll see you next time.